America, the land of the free, the home of the broke. You see, back in 1933, the United States said, "Oops, we're bankrupt, but don't worry. We'll just start printing monopoly money, take all the gold, and promise your great-grandma will pay it back later in actual gold and silver." Spoiler alert, they never did. Fast forward 90 years and look around. We're still running on a system where money is fake, debt is infinite, and people think paper with dead guys on it has actual value. But hey, as long as you can swipe a plastic card to buy $8 eggs, who cares if you're technically owed a lifetime supply of gold and silver? Want to see something wild? Flip over your Social Security card. If you were born in Washington State, it'll start with an H. That's not random. That's the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, baby. Tracking every cent of real money you were promised but never got. Your Social Security number is your account number. Slap a 0 in front of it. That's your gold and silver trust account. No one told you? Yeah, funny how the poison pushers forgot to mention that one. Instead of teaching this in school, they gave you shots, student loans, and TikTok. They've had 90 years to pay us back. Instead, they gave us poison, propaganda, and paper lies. It's time to eliminate the people trying to kill us, financially, spiritually, and biologically. 1933, the year the United States of America went from a country to a bankrupt corporation with a branding problem. They quietly stole the gold, told your great-grandparents, "We'll pay you back later, promise," then replaced wealth with debt and value with vibes. But they didn't stop there. Oh no, they had a brilliant idea. What if we made every man, woman, and child a business? Yep, from the moment you were born, they gave you a birth certificate, not to celebrate your life, but to register you as corporate property. Congratulations, you're now the proud owner of absolutely nothing, because they own the business version of you. That's right, your name in all caps isn't you. It's your corporate alter ego, your legal fiction. All your debt, fines, taxes, and medical bills, yeah, those go to your corporate clone. But you, the living man or woman, you're technically not even supposed to be involved. Too bad nobody told you. And here's the creepy part. If you don't claim your status as alive within 7 years, your straw man, the legal fiction they created, is considered, legally dead. Which makes everything after that fraud, representation by a ghost, a literal corpse with a mailing address. Every time you walk into court, you're being treated as the dead corporation, not the living soul in front of them. Because in their eyes, the real you doesn't exist on paper. And let's not forget your Social Security number, your account tag. That red number on the back, if you're from Washington State, it starts with HH for the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, where they keep a ledger tracking every ounce of gold and silver owed to you since 1933. That's right, you've got an account. Your Social Security number with a 0 in front is your ID, but shh, you're not supposed to know. Just keep working, keep paying, keep playing the part of your straw man while they rack up interest on your stolen identity. You were born into a trust. They used your birth to create a business, then spent your future. It's time to wake up. It's time to stop honoring a fraud. And it's damn sure time to eliminate the parasites who profit from pretending you're dead. Welcome to modern life, where everything's convenient, nutritious, and completely poisonous. Thanks to a government that owes you more than it wants to admit. You didn't really think they poisoned everything by accident, did you? In 1933, the United States government went bankrupt. Instead of telling the truth, they promised to repay the people in gold and silver. But here's the trick. They never paid a single ounce back. Not to your great-grandparents, not to your parents, not to you. Instead, they registered your birth as a corporate asset and used your name to build a giant debt machine. That red number on the back of your Social Security card, it's not decoration. It's linked to a Federal Reserve Bank, like St. Louis if you're from Washington State. That's where they track exactly how much real money in gold and silver they owe you. Simple. They poisoned every part of your life because they're terrified you'll wake up and say, wait, you owe me $35 trillion? Judges don't even know they're coupon clerks in fancy robes. Police officers don't know they're collecting payments for a corporate entity. And doctors? Well, most are too fluoridated, jabbed, and programmed to see anything but what they're told. Why do they push vaccines so hard? Because, God already gave you the immune system. They just needed to shut it down. Can't have you living long enough to learn about your trust fund, now can they? And let's not forget inflation. That's not an accident either. It's just the system's way of devaluing what they owe you. The older the debt gets, the cheaper they make it look. They print fake money to, water down your real wealth. They turned your trust into monopoly money, fed you poison to keep you asleep, and inflated the currency to make sure your inheritance is worth less than, toilet paper. They're not afraid of protests. They're not afraid of lawsuits. They're afraid of the living man and woman who knows who they are. The one who stops poisoning their body. The one who stops playing the corporate game. The one who remembers you are the creditor. They are the debtor. They sold your life. They poisoned your body. They devalued your wealth. Now they're scared because you're starting to remember. As a matter of fact, we need to do a forensic audit on the Federal Reserve Bank to see exactly how much is owed to each living man, woman, and child. Ah yes, registration. That magical ritual where you proudly hand over ownership of everything you love to a bankrupt corporation that owes your entire family a fortune. If you register it, you don't own it. You registered your house, it's state property now. That's why you pay property tax. You registered your car, that's why you pay renewal fees, emissions tests, and get fined like a circus clown at every turn. You registered your children at birth, great job. Now the state claims jurisdiction over them too. And if you dare discipline your child with an old school whooping, the cameras are watching, all right. Suddenly you're unfit. They'll send a policy enforcer with a badge who thinks he's Judge Dredd. But honestly, he's just a glorified errand boy for the Department of Human Destruction. The surveillance isn't to protect you, not even close. It's so they can watch, record, assess, punish, and of course, profit. Why? Because the second you live like a free man or woman, you become a threat to the entire system of fake ownership. Now let's talk about speed limits. Do you really think that little roadside number is about safety? No. It's about giving a badge-wearing policy slave the authority to rob you on the side of the road under the illusion of law. It's called extortion, genius, but you call it public safety. They're not law enforcers, they're revenue agents. They exist to harvest as much money from your legally dead strawman as possible. So let's get this straight. They stole millions in gold and silver from your family. They replaced it with paper coupons, and you actually accepted them like a good little citizen. They owe you a trust fund so large it would break the system. But you don't claim it. You just keep clocking in, paying taxes, and waving your flag like everything's fine. Because you've been chemically lobotomized, fluoride in your water, mercury in your teeth, aluminum in your bloodstream, and confusion in your soul, and now you don't even know what sex you are. Fun fact, there's still only two, one with balls, one with a vagina. Everything else is an identity crisis sponsored by Pfizer. They registered you, they poisoned you, they surveilled you, they extorted you, they stole your inheritance and convinced you to fight for the system that robbed you. You aren't just asleep, you're a special kind of stupid. But don't worry, God's still got a plan. And when you finally wake up, you'll burn this entire fake system to the ground. Legal Fiction Part 3, The Soul Reset Fasting Freedom Fire, coming soon.